Hey everyone, Seth coming to you from the Kenwood Training Department. Today we're going to go on site to a boat to complete an installation of the KMR-M318BT. This way you'll get to experience the installation live and in action, and then we'll go through some of the cool new features and operation of the receiver. Follow me. The first thing we'll need to do is remove the existing receiver. Make sure that you disconnect the battery, safety first. Remove the faceplate first from the receiver, and then we'll take the trim ring off. Then we can use our Kenwood radio removal tools. Slide one in on each side, and then pull the receiver out. We'll need to upgrade the cage, so we'll go ahead and remove the cage. Now we've got the new cage. We'll put that in. Make sure we secure that in place properly. For most boats, making the wiring connections is very straightforward. You will see a Molex plug that you will disconnect from the factory installed location. The wiring colors should match exactly to the Kenwood wiring harness. You'll have your constant power, which is your yellow. You'll have your switched or accessory power, which is your red, and then you'll have the black wire, which is the ground. You will then have your 4 speaker wire colors for positive and negative 8 total wires. You'll have your purples, your greens, your whites, and your grays, as well as those same colors with a stripe down them. Other wires that you may have, depending upon other sort of installation needs, would be a mute wire. We also have a remote control wire. This is when using the optional KCA-RC35MR wired marine remote controllers. You can connect up to 6 of these in line with each other. There is also a remote turn-on wire for powering the amplifier. After you've made your connections, simply plug the factory Molex plug back into place, and then plug the Kenwood wiring harness into the backside of the receiver. Now that we have the harness wired up, we'll make sure we plug in the AM/FM antenna, and then in this case, since we do have the KCA-RC55MR wired marine remote controllers, we'll need to plug in that DIN cable. Now we'll slide the radio into the cage. And snap into place. Now that the power's been turned back on, we'll press the source button in the upper left-hand corner. The very first time that you power the receiver on, it will ask you to select the language. The receiver does support both English and Spanish. We'll press the volume knob and then make our selection. Press the volume knob to confirm. With the new KMR-M318BT, you have all sorts of media playback options. The receiver supports Pandora with an Android or an iPhone device, giving you control of the app directly on the receiver. It also supports iHeartRadio, as well as SiriusXM when using the optional SiriusXM satellite radio tuner. The receiver also supports Qualcomm's aptX. This is a great technology. Android phones that have aptX can connect to this receiver wirelessly, and when listening to Bluetooth audio, you can have 5 times the sound quality of traditional Bluetooth audio. That's like listening to a CD, all wirelessly. On the face of the receiver, you will also notice a USB input and an auxiliary input. Any sort of media that you can imagine, you can use with the KMR-M318BT. One of the first things that you will want to do is connect your phone via Bluetooth to the receiver. In this case, with an Android phone, I will select my settings. Then I will go to Bluetooth. Then scan for a list of available devices. The KMR-M31 series will be displayed. Select that. The receiver will then ask to pair as well as the phone itself. Select OK on the phone, then press the volume knob on the receiver. Pairing OK will be displayed on the receiver. Your phone will then ask to allow your access to contacts and phone log. Select Allow. The device will then say connected to phone and media audio. Let's take a look at the Kenwood Remote App. After you've made the Bluetooth connection, now we can set up the Remote App settings to allow the Kenwood Remote App to be used. Press the volume knob, then turn the volume knob until you see Remote App. Next, select the volume knob, then press the volume knob on Select. This is where you choose either an iOS device or an Android device. In this case, we'll select Android, press the volume knob, ensure that Yes is highlighted, and then press the volume knob to confirm. Then press the back arrow twice to return to the standby source. To download the Kenwood Remote App, enter into the Play Store and search for Kenwood Remote. Select the app and then select Install. After the app has finished downloading, open the app. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see 3 white lines. Select the 3 white lines, then select Connect. In this case, we'll look for the KMR-M318 series. You'll notice that the app then does switch to the Bluetooth audio source. When I change the volume on the receiver, it also changes on the display itself. Now we have full control on the display. Currently, we're using what we refer to as driver mode, which allows us to use gesture controls. We can simply slide our finger one direction or back the other direction to change tracks, 2 fingers to be able to adjust the volume. Now, if I select the upper right-hand corner, the 3 white lines, I can change the mode to passenger mode. This allows us to have more intricate commands, such as an actual track forward button or track backward button. We can also change the source down in the lower section. Currently, we're listening to Bluetooth audio. I can change it to FM by just pressing the FM source icon. Changing back and forth from one station to the next just by pressing the icon. Some of the other really cool functions, if you select the upper right-hand corner, change back to driver mode, you'll have a nice large display so you can see exactly what station you're on very, very easily. If I select the audio button in the upper right-hand corner, I can adjust, as you see on the receiver, the subwoofer level control up and down. I can change to different settings, or I can take it one step further and make it really easy. If I select the upper right-hand corner, I can change receiver settings. You'll notice that EQ, sound effect, fader balance, and more are displayed on the actual smartphone itself. Let's select EQ. This allows us to go in, set the preset EQs, or we can select Edit and then go in and change our equalizer band by band up and down directly from the display. We'll select Save and then the changes will be made. If we go back, we can then change the fader balance. This may come in really handy in various situations that you have in a boat. Fader and balance instantly changes. We can save that or just go back. We can also make other changes to the sound effects, such as being able to turn on the loudness or the bass boost. Let's check out Kenwood's new music mix. With Kenwood's new music mix, Bluetooth audio switching now becomes easy. You can take one smartphone, listen to music on it over the Bluetooth audio source on the KMR-M318BT, and then, if somebody else wants to listen to music on their phone, they can simply press play on their device and it will automatically switch. This will work with up to 5 paired devices stored in the receiver. So let's take a look. If I press play on the first device, music playback will begin. I'll do that on an Android phone. Then I'll switch to a different phone, in this case an iPhone. Let's take a look. Switching back, and then back again. Another easy method to switch between devices is to press preset 5 on the receiver. Back to the other device. And then back again. As you can see, you can switch between your devices by just pressing play on either device or pressing preset 5 on the receiver. Switching between different Bluetooth audio sources has never been easier. Thanks again for tuning in to the installation of the KMR-M318BT. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time.